Scarborough.
Are we live?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Good evening. I'm Grant Scarborough, and here's what's going on in your world today. In aquatic news today, one cameraman caught this little furry daredevil. What you're about to see is a Channel 4 exclusive. Nutty the Squirrel is his name. Look at his little paws go. Look at him go. Ha ha. In other news, FEDD Day, Freshman Engineering Design Day at NC State was a great success. It is a day where the young engineers explore the design cycle. We are live with one of the competing hovercraft teams. Everyone, please welcome Jordan Coleman from the SkyLords.
Thank you, Grant.
Now, Jordan, I understand the design cycle is a process used by engineers that involves defining a problem, search for solutions, narrow and select, build, and test. How did your team use the design cycle?
Indeed, that is true. We started off by defining the problem as overcoming both gravity and inertia to move an object. We then narrowed the solutions before designing, building, testing, and then revising said designs using different fans, motors, and batteries. The first design that we had failed to get off the ground at all due to a weaker fan. So in order to fix this, the second was refitted to house a larger fan and a more powerful motor, and then a third was later used on a larger scale skirt to better funnel the flow of air.
Interesting. So what sort of challenges did your team face?
Well, after making it through the first few loops of the design cycle, the SkyLords had a machine that was worthy of our name and fully functioned in theory. Unfortunately, after this first loop, or first few, the trouble really began, because, as we all know, with infinite design ideas come the lamentable side effects of a very finite budget. And despite our team's theoretically functional design and many salvaged parts from our various prototypes, the money for newer and more powerful fans and electronics that would grant the power of prolonged flight was simply not there to be had. The final result of our best attempt was, well, I think we'll let our reporter in the field cover that.
That's a great idea. Brandon?
Thanks, Jordan and Grant. It was a fantastic day at the racetrack with lots of teams competing, with some flying and others didn't. Here's some live video footage of the SkyLords attempt. The SkyLords did not move at all in their first attempt due to the heavy weight of the battery and not getting enough lift on the carpet. The SkyLords persevered and gave a second attempt, but this time we did not get video coverage. The second attempt moved a few inches due to the removal of the battery pack. The SkyLords said their lack of movement showed that their fan and design were as well suited for the carpet, although it could fly on hard surfaces. But they were positive and said it was a moral victory to have it move slightly on the carpet. Back to you, Jordan and Grant.
Thanks for the update, Brandon. We have our aerodynamics and physics analyst, VJ, on scene to tell us what happened to this hovercraft. He's with a member of one of the SkyLords. We go live to them now outside the McKimmon Center. VJ?
Thank you, Grant. So I'm here with Kyle, one of the members of the SkyLords. So Kyle, if you had a chance to do the hovercraft again, what would you do differently?
Well, BJ, to be honest, I've never been interviewed before, and I'm just not quite sure.
It's alright, you're fine, you're fine.
Alright, well, basically we would work ahead a little bit more, and you know, the schedule is pretty tight, so make sure you just work ahead and don't procrastinate at all. Also, try to scavenge RC parts, because the best teams always have, you know, RC parts that they scavenge that would not normally fit in the budget. Also, try to overhaul the design and not just make little changes to prototypes. That's all I have to say about that.
Thank you, Kyle. So, if you wanted to give advice to the next year freshmen, what would you say about that?
Well, I would say that the hovercraft is a hard project, and be prepared, because you need to get parts early, and you need to prototype a lot. You need to scavenge, you need to be able to put all those things together, and there's not really a manual on how to do this, so you just got to make sure that you're ready for a challenge.
Alright, thank you. So now back to you, Grant.
Thanks, VJ. What an interesting day for the SkyLords and a wonderful competition. Now they face their next challenge of designing and creating a fantastic, funny, interesting video to reflect their work. That about wraps it up, guys. From our entire news team on Channel 4, we thank you for tuning in to this fantastic broadcast. You stay classy, Miss Queen.